Kevin Smith has become so much more than a filmmaker in the last decade. He is he's become sort of the Obi-Wan Kenobi of nerd culture. He is the elder statesman. I would say really since Stan Lee died, that title really does belong to Kevin Smith. And you know, for me and for people my age, especially people who were interested in film back in the 90s, he's something more. He's the guy that made it. He's the guy that did what so many of us tried to do, which was just get our friends together, get a cheap camera, and, you know, try to make that one in a million low budget movie that launches a career. He did that with Clerks in 1994. Big inspiration for me. And it rocketed him to success. I mean, Mallrats was the next movie, and Mallrats is such a bigger film. It's not like he, you know, if he went from Clerks to Chasing Amy, you could see the less steep incline there, you know. But he went to Mallrats. Mallrats didn't do great, so he went cheaper again, back to Chasing Amy. But after Chasing Amy, he made what I think, and what I bet even he thinks, is his masterpiece. Dogma. This is my volume 1 of my View Askew collection, with Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, and Dogma, what I think a lot of Kevin Smith fans would consider the golden age. Volume 2 has the Clerks animated show, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2, and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I toyed with which one of these I wanted to do, and Dogma stands out because it is my favorite of his movies. And it came out in 1999. 1999 was a very good year for film. It's widely remembered as the year of The Phantom Menace or The Matrix. But what people sometimes, I think, forget is Fight Club, Being John Malkovich, Magnolia, The Sixth Sense, The Insider. There's literally like a book written about this. I need to get that book because it's 1999 is sort of remembered as the last great year. You get those every now and then, and we're just, there's so many classics. And the difference in 99 was that they were all these interesting lower budgeted films. It wasn't like, you know, a lot of people point out 1939, Gone with the Wind, Wizard of Oz. Those were big budget, special effects heavy movies for the time. 99 was just, it was the year of the filmmaker and the year of the low budget, smart movie. Dogma fits in there, even though it does have the dick and fart jokes and the weed jokes and all the stuff that Kevin Smith is known for. The movie is a religious epic about Ben Affleck and Matt Damon as fallen angels who are trying to not earn their way back into heaven, sneak back into heaven through a loophole in Catholic dogma. And if they succeed, they prove that God is not infallible, and thus they unmake the universe. This has got a great cast. Chris Rock is in it as one of the 13th apostle. Alan Rickman is in it as the voice of God. Of course, you've got Jay and Silent Bob. Jason Lee is in it as a demon. Interestingly enough, in my opinion, the weak link in the movie is Linda Fiorentino as the lead character. She's serviceable at best. She's not funny. She is the straight person for all of the hijinks that ensue. She's first of all kind of got a lot of exposition to deliver, and that's always hard to do, and she's just not very good at it. You know, if you want a good example of that, look at Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future. 90% of Doc Brown's dialogue is exposition, but the way Christopher Lloyd delivers it, you never catch on. Part of it is a failing in the writing, for sure, because it is so much exposition, but the other part of it is she feels kind of wooden to me in it. The other big female lead in it is Salma Hayek, who is just having fun. She's got the exposition in it, but she's kind of goofing around a little bit. She's enjoying herself. Linda Fiorentino doesn't feel like she is to me. And the fact that she never again appeared in a Kevin Smith movie makes me think that maybe that was something that even he noticed. Though he's never had anything but nice things to say about her. The movie grapples with these big religious ideas while at the same time serving you what you have grown accustomed to from Kevin Smith. The pot smoking and Jay trying to fuck everything that moves. And this is also, I think, Jay and Silent Bob could so easily stick out in this story as being shoehorned in there and not fitting. They don't. They fit into the world perfectly. I think, and Kevin Smith oftentimes jokes that in the hands of better filmmakers, his movies might be masterpieces. Now, I would argue that he has made a couple. I would say Dogma is one. But there is no denying that if you gave Dogma to a different director that had a little bit more of a flair, that it could have been even better. That said, that's sort of I don't want that to sound like a slight on Kevin Smith, though he, like I said, he's self-deprecating enough to say these things about himself. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon were only 2 years removed from having done Good Will Hunting, and I wish that they would do more movies together. I don't know why you don't see them together anymore. Where is their follow-up to Good Will Hunting that they should have written a decade and a half ago? They're really good in it. Ben Affleck often gets a lot of shit for being not a great actor. Look at Dogma. There's a scene in it. I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a scene where his character kind of succeeds in a big way at something he's trying to do, but he recognizes the cost of what he's lost, And you see this spectrum of emotion go over Affleck's face. He's laughing, then he almost cries, then he's laughing again, then he looks angry, then he's It's just like everything is passing over his face in the course of 5 seconds. It is a really, really strong performance. And Matt Damon is having fun kind of being the goofier character. They flipped from Good Will Hunting. It's really Affleck is the lead character here and Matt Damon is the sidekick. And he's having fun, and Matt Damon is a lot of fun to watch when he's enjoying himself. Dogma is Kevin Smith's strongest movie. And it's not in print anymore, thank you, Harvey Weinstein, but you can find it. You can find, the old DVD of it. I'm sure it'll be quite expensive because it'll be out of print, but I don't even know if you can download this like on Amazon Prime. I would hope so. Dogma, 4.5 out of 5 stars. It is really funny and emotionally satisfying film that asks really deep questions about the universe. That's pretty impressive for a dick and fart joke movie.
other worlds.
Sort of gave myself the challenge of, okay,